have these 9 special personality traits. As people enter their golden years, the question of where and how they want to live becomes more significant. While many assume that elderly individuals would prefer the comfort of living with their children or extended families, a growing number of seniors in Europe are choosing to live alone. This decision isn't about loneliness, but rather a desire for independence, control over their environment, and peace. For those who embrace solitude, living alone can lead to a deeper sense of happiness, self-reliance, and fulfillment. In today's video, we'll explore 9 key traits that define older individuals who choose to live alone and why they often find greater happiness in doing so. We'll also share 2 real-life stories, one about the challenges of living with family and another about the joy that comes from living independently. 1. Independence. One of the most defining characteristics of elderly people who choose to live alone is their strong sense of independence. Having lived through many decades of life experiences, they have developed resilience and self-reliance that makes them capable of handling their daily tasks without the help of others. For many older people, especially in Europe, independence is tied to dignity. They feel a sense of pride in being able to take care of themselves, whether it's managing their household, cooking their own meals, or making decisions about their health care. Choosing to live alone gives them the autonomy to create their own routines, make decisions without consulting others, and control their lives without interference. This freedom allows them to hold on to the sense of personal achievement they have nurtured throughout their lives, and it is one of the primary reasons why they opt for a solitary lifestyle. 2. Deep inner life. Older people who live alone often have rich inner lives. Over time, they have developed the ability to reflect deeply on their experiences, process emotions, and engage in personal growth. Living alone provides the space to pursue this kind of introspection without distraction. Their solitude allows them to engage with their thoughts and memories, to reflect on their lives, and to appreciate the wisdom they have gained over the years. The struggles of living with family. Take the case of Maria, a 76-year-old widow from Spain. After her husband passed away, Maria moved in with her daughter and son-in-law, thinking that being with family would ease her loneliness. However, the reality was quite different. Maria quickly realized that living with her daughter's family brought new challenges. Her daughter and son-in-law had demanding careers and spent little time at home, leaving Maria alone in a house full of noise from the grandchildren. The generational gap became increasingly apparent as Maria's values clashed with her daughter's modern parenting style. Maria felt out of place and found herself frustrated by the lack of privacy and the constant compromises she had to make. The situation escalated when Maria began feeling like a burden to her daughter, and arguments started to arise. Though her family loved her, Maria realized that living under the same roof caused more emotional strain than peace. After much thought, she decided to move out and rent a small apartment nearby. Living alone allowed Maria to regain control over her life, find her peace, and once again enjoy the independence she had cherished throughout her adulthood. While the transition was difficult, Maria found that solitude offered her a path back to herself. 3. Love for peace and quiet. Many older individuals who choose to live alone do so because they appreciate peace and quiet. After decades of work, raising children, and dealing with the demands of daily life, they seek a simpler, more tranquil existence. Living alone provides them with the opportunity to create a peaceful environment where they can relax, reflect, and enjoy their time without constant interruptions. In the solitude of their homes, they can engage in hobbies, meditate, or simply enjoy the quiet without the chaos that often accompanies living with others. The silence becomes a source of comfort, allowing them to disconnect from the world's noise and focus on their own thoughts and feelings. 4. Emotional resilience. Older individuals who choose to live alone often demonstrate a high level of emotional resilience. Over the years, they have faced numerous challenges, be it the loss of loved ones, health struggles, or personal setbacks, and have learned how to navigate these experiences independently. Living alone doesn't evoke feelings of loneliness for them. Rather, it is an opportunity to build emotional strength. Their solitude allows them to process emotions at their own pace, without external pressures. Whether through hobbies, journaling, or simply reflecting on their lives, they have developed healthy coping mechanisms that help them maintain emotional balance. 5. Strong decision-making skills. Self-reliance often leads to strong decision-making skills. Older people who live alone are used to making choices that affect their daily lives, from what they eat to how they spend their time, and even larger decisions like managing their health care or finances. They take pride in their ability to make these decisions independently and see it as a way to maintain control over their lives. For many older adults, particularly in Europe, personal freedom is of utmost importance. Living alone allows them to continue making decisions based on their values and preferences, free from the influence of others. This autonomy reinforces their sense of self-worth and keeps them mentally engaged. 6. Appreciation for personal space. Personal space is a fundamental aspect of living alone that many older people value deeply. After years of living in shared spaces, whether with a spouse, children, or extended family, they finally have the opportunity to design their surroundings according to their preferences. Their home becomes their sanctuary, a place where they can engage in their favorite activities, be it gardening, painting, or reading, without being disturbed. This space allows them to unwind, feel at ease, and maintain a sense of privacy. For many, the ability to control their environment provides a sense of calm and fulfillment that can be hard to find in communal living arrangements. 7. Simple living. Simplicity is a common characteristic among older people who choose to live alone. After a lifetime of accumulating experiences and possessions, many seniors find joy in living a simpler life. They no longer need or desire material wealth or external validation. Instead, they focus on what truly matters: relationships, health, and personal happiness. Older people who live alone often embrace minimalism, valuing experiences over possessions. Their days are spent engaging in small, meaningful activities, like enjoying a cup of coffee while watching the sunrise or tending to their garden. This simpler lifestyle brings them a deep sense of contentment and freedom from the complexities of life. 8. Reflection and wisdom. Living alone gives elderly people the time and space to reflect on their lives, their choices, and the lessons they've learned. These moments of reflection often lead to greater wisdom, as they have the opportunity to draw from their experiences and apply that knowledge to their current circumstances. The joy of living alone. Hans, an 80-year-old man from Germany, found immense joy in his decision to live alone after his wife passed away. His children, who lived in different parts of the country, were worried that Hans would be lonely and encouraged him to move in with them. However, Hans cherished the idea of staying in the home he had built with his wife. Living alone allowed him to maintain the routines they had enjoyed together, such as tending to his garden and going for morning walks in the nearby forest. In his solitude, Hans found a new kind of happiness. He reconnected with old friends, took up painting, and found great satisfaction in the quiet rhythm of his daily life. For Hans, living alone was not about isolation, but about preserving his independence and enjoying the peace that came with it. He found fulfillment in the simplicity of his days and knew that this was the life he wanted to live. His children visited regularly, and while Hans enjoyed their company, he always looked forward to the peaceful moments when he could return to his own space. 9. Independent thinking. Lastly, older people who live alone often exhibit strong, independent thinking. They have spent decades making decisions for themselves, and they don't feel the need to conform to societal expectations or the opinions of others. Their choices are rooted in their personal values, and they trust their judgment when it comes to managing their lives. For these individuals, living alone is not a rejection of companionship, but a declaration of their desire to live authentically and freely. Their independent thinking enables them to live life on their own terms, finding happiness in the choices they make for themselves. Older people who choose to live alone often do so with confidence, knowing that their solitude brings them independence, peace, and fulfillment. Through their rich inner lives, emotional resilience, and appreciation for simplicity, they thrive in the quiet spaces they create for themselves. While living alone may not be for everyone, for many seniors, it offers the opportunity to live freely, reflect on life's lessons, and enjoy the time they have left in a meaningful way. As seen through Maria's struggles and Hans's joy, the decision to live alone can lead to very different outcomes depending on one's circumstances. Ultimately, the key to happiness in old age is finding a living arrangement that aligns with one's personal values and desires. Thank you for watching this video on Wisdom Gold. We hope the stories and insights shared today have given you a deeper understanding of why many older people choose to live alone and how this choice can